Hi, I'm Megan Fields, and today we're going to read Lucky Ducklings by Eva Moore with pictures by Nancy Carpenter. This book is based on a true rescue story. The duck family lived in a pretty pond in a green park in a sunlit little town at the end of a long island. Early one morning, Mama Duck swam to shore. She hopped onto the grass. Right behind her came Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe. What a fine day for a walk. Off they went through the green park. Whack-a-whack, Mama Duck called to her brood. Follow me. And Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe lined up right behind her, and off they went. They came out of the park and into the town. The ducks had a bite to eat and then went on their way. Mama Duck went first. Right behind came Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe. Oh dear, that could have been the end of the story, but it wasn't because someone saw what happened. Help! The woman cried. All the baby ducks fell into the storm drain. Call the fire department. People came to see what the matter was. They could hear the ducklings making a ruckus below. Mama Duck heard them too. She ran back to the storm drain and wouldn't let anyone get near. Whack, whack, she said. Get away from my babies. Fireman Joe, Paul, and Dennis rushed to the rescue, but they couldn't open the grate. The ducklings were trapped. Oh dear, that could have been the end of the story, but it wasn't, because a man named Perry had an idea. There was a big roll of cable in his pickup truck. He hooked the end of the cable to the grate and then switched on the motor. The cable tugged on the grate, and the grate popped off. Quack, 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 go the little ducklings in the storm drain. Fireman Paul climbed down into the storm drain. Everyone waited, and when they saw Pippin, Bippin, Tippin, Dippin, and last of all, Little Joe, everyone cheered. Fireman Joe picked up the bucket filled with ducklings and started to cross the road. He was going to take the ducklings back to the park. Mama Duck came running after him. Whack, 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 she cried. Bring my babies back. Oh dear, that could have been the end of the story, but it wasn't, because Fireman Dennis knew just what to do. Honk, honk, beep, beep, go the cars as Fireman Dennis lets Mama Duck cross the road to her little baby ducks. At last, Mama Duck and her brood were together again, all safe and sound. Whack, whack, Mama Duck said. What lucky ducklings you are. Quack, 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 her ducklings agreed. The 5 lucky ducklings lined up behind their mama, and off they went. Pippin, Bippin, Tippin', Dippin', and last of all, Little Joe. And that is the end of the story. This story is about a mama duck and her 5 ducklings who travel into the town and end up having a little bit of an adventure. Therefore, the art extension for this book that I would do would be a duck travel book. Children would be given construction paper and crayons, and they would be asked to draw what they would do and where they would go if they were a duck. Once all the pictures were complete, I would compile them and string them together with yarn to make a travel book. To further extend the book, I would also have children help me tell a completely original story based off the travel book that they've helped create. The prop I used actually came from my local library, who were kind enough to let me borrow it. They actually do not usually let people check out this prop that they use for story time, but they've come to know me pretty well with how often I'm in the library for my master's degree. Unfortunately, the children's librarian could not remember where she got this prop or puppet, and a search on the internet did not actually help me find the vendor who carries this exact puppet. However, I was able to find a similar mama puppet and her ducklings from Puppet EU. The only difference was that the little ducklings did not Velcro on.